Okay, I always shoot these after the fact. I'm sweaty and tired. The wheels on the ball hauler, look kind of bad. Let's see if we can dress these up. Now here's what I'm doing. I ordered 4/0 steel wool, it didn't show up. So I'm trying aluminum foil. It's a little bit extra work in a regular Coke can. So let's see what happens. I'm doing that. I'm hitting with a compounding wheel and a polishing wheel after that. So I'm kind of doing a 4-part, but let's see what we get out of this. All right, let's talk you through this as you listen to the fascinating music in the background. So I'm just getting a regular Coke can. I've got a handful of tinfoil that I just wadded up. And literally, they say the citric acid in here loosens up everything on here. I don't know if it does or if it doesn't. For me, it just worked as a lubricant. I started to grab some WD-40 because people have talked about using WD-40 as well. But I had 2 cans of Coke, and I don't drink Coke, so what a better use of Coke in my mind is to get rust off of a hubcap. So remember our starting point on how we looked. And the more that I used this, the more that I realized on each wheel that I needed to kind of hit everything. There was some oxidation and other stuff on here, believe it or not, that this kind of cut through and got rid of. And, I'm going to do a 3-part here. So you'll see me go through this right now, and I'm literally just hitting it with a little bit of Coke. You see me tearing some of this off, just getting it where it's comfortable. You can get it up in there. If you've got some really heavy built up areas, and you'll see this, I think the rear tire on the other side was a lot worse, and I'll let this play out for you to get there. But just keep hitting it with the Coke a little bit. That citric acid is supposed to help, and then believe it or not, the aluminum foil works really well. 4/0 steel wool I think would have worked better. I've used it before. I remember using it as a kid when I was like 6 or 7 years old, cleaning up tire rims and handlebars and stuff. Like, it's just, it's magic. But surprisingly enough, tinfoil did a really good job. I saw stuff coming off. I wasn't sure if it was the tinfoil coming off or not, or if it was the rust coming off. But each of these tires has its own little unique set of areas. And you'll see in a little bit, I end up by coming back later on and rotating the truck forward just a little bit. You'll hear that. And by the way, I apologize for the noise. The batteries were dead. I was out of town all week, had a shop getting the side panels put on. I've been literally behind the 8 ball and trying to get this truck done. We still have so much to do in so little time. It's not even funny. But just take your time with this. It literally took me no more than about 5 minutes each wheel. Here you can see this was one of the worst ones, and I'm hitting it. You can just see that rust just coming off, like literally. You kind of got to get it up in there, get the edge in there, and a little bit of Coke. By the way, you got to be careful rubbing this stuff, makes your hair fall out, as you can see. Here I'm adjusting the wheels so I can get up on the top. Hey, no comments on the bald spot. But you see these wheels just kind of start to come back to life, right in front of you as I'm going through this. So just hitting them and cleaning them up quite a bit, and going around and doing that. Later on, what you're going to see is I'm going to come back and I'm going to hit these with a headlight cleaning kit that's got a compounding pad and a polish pad. And I've got one of those Torx polishers, and I just grabbed the thick compound off of that and hit it really good with the thick compound, and then cleaned it up, and then went back with the polishing wheel and hit it with the polishing wheel with some of that polish. And you'll see on the second go around the purple pad and then the black pad, it just really, really, really cleans it up. And then when I'm done, I don't know if you see it in here or not, but I came back with a Carnauba ceramic wax, and I'm spraying that on there. Once I get that sprayed on there, you see I clean it back up again. But once I spray them down with that Carnauba wax, I wipe them down really good. And all I'm doing is sealing it. That rust will come back, so I'm trying to keep that rust from coming back on there. And then you can see this before I put the new hardware on, looking, pretty good. Not perfect, but perfect enough for me at the stage that I'm at. I'll probably pull these back off and paint the inner caps here. I already put the hardware on. I wasn't going to show you all that. I got that from McMaster. What I'm doing now is I'm putting some center dressing on here. So Alfa Romeo may yell at me on these, but I don't want to. I'm going to a Porsche event. I don't want any bad letters from Porsche just yet. And anyways, I'm labeling this with a few different badges, is what it is. It's going to be a hybrid. Don't hate me, Isuzu drivers, but we're actually going to be taking the Isuzu stuff off of here pretty soon. But here you'll see I get my decals on each of these, and get them set up and give you just a minute here. You can listen to the music, and in just a second, you'll actually see what the finished product looks like. And I'll come in here and post pictures of the before when we started again and the afters, and let me just tell me what you think. You gotta excuse the noise, my batteries were dead, but here's our finished product. You should take a look at the shine on these. Really cleaned up well. Remember how rusty that one was? I'll come around to the back over here. Take a look at that. All new hardware installed. Look at that. You can see my reflection. Fleetwood Mac song. See my reflection in the snow-covered wheels. Anyways, looking good, I think. Alpha's gonna love you for that.